Um, I want to go into the next topic, which is about uh, women. We know of the case that happened with one of our fellow South African lady who got raped and killed, and other people as well who've had some incidents, kidnapping of young girls, you know, um, other rape incidents. Guys, as men, I'm speaking as a man now, okay? Um, First of all, just want to say that we need to let the women grieve, and let's not be insensitive in trying to retaliate at this time. Let's not be insensitive in trying to prove ourselves. This is not the time. Uh, Let them mourn, let them grieve, let them be upset, let them be angry, let them express themselves. You know, it just goes back to everything we've even been saying about the Africans is that when you're oppressed, you want to be heard. This topic actually is about the oppressed. Women also are being oppressed by us. And what happened is just the result of things that have been happening in little bits. You know, things we've been letting slide. Things we are also at fault about, with. So we need some self evaluation, firstly. And we need to listen to the women, listen to them and understand them and really put yourself in their shoes, you know. Imagine things like this happening, things you never see coming. Of course, you're going to be paranoid. You know, some of these women don't have people to fetch them or drive them somewhere. You know, they need to um, walk sometimes, walk at night. And imagine the kind of panic that they must have on a day-to-day basis. And imagine the kind of disrespect and situations that have put them in uncomfortable positions by us that they've had to deal with on a day-to-day basis from the time they were young girls, you know. And it's sad because to them it even became a norm at some point, I feel. You know, it's something that they were forced to get used to. But it shouldn't be like that. In fact, we should be protecting them because they are the life givers. They are the nurture. They are the connection between the spirit world and the physical world. They're a big deal. We are strong, we are big, we are bodyguards, we are meant to protect because they're going to give birth and you need to protect her and the baby or the child or the children, the family. That is our responsibility. Our responsibility is to protect. That's why we have physical strength. That's why we have, an authoritative nature. We use it in the wrong way. You know, we use it to abuse our women when we should be protecting them. That strength that we are putting against them should be used to protecting them. We are supposed to be the first ones in the line of death before them. You know, we are supposed to be the ones who are at the gate first. But now it seems like we are the danger. They are now afraid of us. And that is, I mean, it's enough to be afraid of strangers, but to be also afraid of the men around you, your family members, you know, ones you consider your friends, those close to you, who you feel like would protect you. Instead, they are the perpetrators. That is, there's something wrong, guys. There's something wrong. And this is not like, I'm not coming here to act all saintworthy. I also have to like evaluate myself. I've been thinking about a lot of things that maybe I have let slide, or a lot of things that I have done, you know, because of whatever has been normalized by society. Because we must also remember, we have been taught, as much as we don't know it, over time, to be perpetrators. From a young age, we're always being taught to disrespect women in a way, to downgrade them. You know, think about it. Like when we're all proud of each other for some things, you know, certain conversations that take place, those things we grow up with from teenagehood. So some things we think is normal and we ought to be doing, but the women are not comfortable with it. And we need to listen. That's why I'm saying we need to listen to them, because we need to learn a lot, because there's a lot we don't know for real, you know? Um, we need to hear each other out. Let's not be blaming each other at this point, you know? Let's not antagonize each other. That is not what we need right now. Right now, we need solutions. We need a way forward. We need people who are going to be able to take responsibility and be willing to learn something new, be willing to evaluate themselves and help where they can. Women are in a crisis right now. Women, I feel like you guys should, as bad as this is, it may sound, you guys need to carry protection with you at all times. Whether it's pepper spray, whether it's taser, whatever you have, whatever is easily accessible. I feel like the pepper spray is more easily accessible, you know. And I know you'll say, what has happened for us to come to this point where we have to carry pepper sprays and stuff, but it's kind of like it has to happen now, because we can't speak for all of us. Some guys are out here doing things like this, you know. Some of these guys are coming out of prison, and prison has its own culture, has everything they've been taught there, or they've learned there, some learned behaviors that they come out with in society, and they still carry. Because if you the story about this guy, he has a criminal record. He's been in there. You know, he's done this before, and he was able to work at a post office. So we need to just also be like vigilant on that. Is that not everyone here was just a normal citizen? Was just a person who went to school? You know, not all of us had the same opportunities in life. Some of us, and by that I even mean by virtue of education. Some of us have been badly or got ill education, ill educated. We're ill educated because these people have been taught this at some stage or another. Whether they were victims before, whether they grew up with the gang that did this, whether they were taught by this by their uncles, whatever the reason is. So we don't know the backgrounds of anybody, you know. So I'm just saying this to say also, with all of this going on, this is the time where we all have to come to an understanding of each other. But at this point, men, mostly women, we are privileged. I feel like we're privileged, and we have some sort of a taste of what it is like to be, I don't want to have this whole race divide, but I have to, for the sake of the argument. The white capitalists, they are privileged, and and what privilege they have over us blacks, you know. Same case with the men and the women, and it seems like mostly this is being done to black women, by black men. Africans, we are damaged in so many ways, but we have to assess the roots of the situation. Why are the results the way they are? Why? Why is the statistic the way it is? Why is it that it's black men doing this to black women? Why? Why is it that it's black men killing other black men from other countries? Why? What has been done to us Africans? We need to have this talk beyond us. Other races need to weigh in on this. There needs to be a huge discussion about something like this and a way forward, because those in power or those with privilege have the privilege to keep silent and let things happen. I'm sad, man, I'm sad because I'm thinking to myself, man, like, like, what if this was somebody I knew, my sister, my girl, my mom, my cousin, whoever. That was like, that hurts, man, I'm thinking for the family now, putting myself in their shoes, putting myself in the friends of that girl's shoes. And like how much damage this guy has done. Probably somebody who's broken himself, because this guy's clearly broken. For someone to do something like this is not someone who's normally functioning. And unfortunately, we've come to the result. Some of these things can be prevented, guys. We need to also teach our children, those who have sons, those who are parenting young ones need to make sure that they're raising good citizens for tomorrow. Because if you're not raising your child well, that child of yours is going to inflict pain on our child, or even worse. This is all as a result of history. Everything that happens in the world is a result of history. Something needed to start somewhere to be something. So we need to reverse. We need to start somewhere now and start a new trend of something. Start and plant new seeds so we can have new roots. And the seeds are the children. We can try cut down the trees right now that are damaging the environment. But ultimately, what will help the nation, the world, is a better generation than the last. That's my 2 cents. I have a lot. I have a lot to say, but I'm just lost for words. Like, I'm lost for words. I don't even know what to say. Just I'm with everyone in spirit. I'm with the family. Condolences to the families that had to suffer through all of this, and to all the Africans out there, we need to do better. To all the men out there, we need to do better. I need to do better. Yeah, that's it.